Greetings, exalted ones. Welcome to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, episode 21. I'm your host, Dark-Minded Sith. That's right, 21. This Let's Play is old enough to purchase alcohol. So in today's exciting episode, we're going to be heading to Jolly's, getting a tap... Too much do I think like an alcoholic. No, unfortunately, we're going to have to celebrate a little later. We've got lagoons to explore and depths to dive into, so... But thankfully, if you rolled in these parts last time, you would have seen that Mumbo was kind enough to make it to where we can actually go in here for eternity and never have to worry about drowning, so... Today we're going to be exploring the underwater area, and what awaits? Find out today. So first up, we got these bad guys. And if you've been playing video games for more than 4 seconds, you would know that eyeball enemies like this, well, that's the weakness, especially if you've played Zelda. So throughout this world, in the underwater area, we're going to find enemies like this. Some of them have very useful things that we can gather once they are stunned. Like some notes, for instance, in their little golden ashtray things. And I want to make sure I do not miss any. It was 3 total, I think, right? Doesn't look like he has anything. Okay. Let me go out to the side just a bit here. Make sure I got all that. Nope. There's one right there. No, wait, that's just an egg. Yeah, like that one just has eggs, for instance. Some of them just have useless nonsense, but some of them have a goodie or two you might want to grab, so... And this is one of those little interesting puzzles with a Kazooie-only face on it. We're going to be finding out pretty soon what on earth those things do, so... Now let's go into this deep green tunnel here. But we've got an octopus blocking the way. But if we use our newly equipped ice eggs... we can eventually freeze him. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if there's like a specific part of him you have to hit or something or what, but it always seems like it just... like I can never just get him on the first try. I have to just shoot him over and over again. And he'll finally freeze. Welcome, viewers, to none other than the lost underwater city of Atlantis. Who would have known that it was right in the back door of Jolly Roger's Lagoon? We've been searching for years and years for this place. So, if you, the viewers at home, have some kind of underwater lake or, a lake in your backyard or something like that, you might want to go underwater of it a little bit. You never know what you'll find. You might find the lost city of Atlantis. Might be right in your backyard, who knows. And it might have interesting goodies like notes. So, there's a lot of different entrances here. Lots of things to get, lots of things to do. But this is one of those kind of areas in games where you have sort of a central area and lots of different buildings that you can go into. And for me, I always end up having a hard time remembering which ones I've gone in and which ones I haven't gone in yet. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with that. I'll be sure to edit out if I go into one by mistake or something, but... So let's swim around this peaceful underwater area. I feel like I'm in a giant fish tank or something. It's wonderful. I can't hear the music because I have my audio down for the recording, but... I know it's as relaxing as anything. I could just fall asleep listening to it. And look at that, a Jiggy. Can't quite get that yet, and these guys are actually kind enough not to harm us. Look at that, you can see everything in their bodies, which happens to be nothing but a Jiggy, but it's a good thing it's only a Jiggy, because boy oh boy, if we could see all of their little insides, that would just be kind of yucky. So where should I begin? I'm gonna go... here's the warp pad. So the one that's right over to the right of the warp pad is where I'm going to begin, so... that is going to be how I remember this. And this leads us to the electric eel's lair. Can the eels come out to play? In here will we find several Zora eggs, Who knows? Actually, those were sea snakes, I believe. They were so big, they might as well have been eels, so... What do we find in here? Aha! New move. Can we learn this? Or we can... Kazooie, I know you're a closet masochist, but... Come on, we've got moves to learn. Talon Torpedo. We can launch Kazooie. So this, my friends, is finally the move that involves those little Kazooie-only head things that we have seen here and there throughout the game. We've seen quite a bit of them, and we're finally going to explore them and find out what they do exactly. I think that's about it for here, actually. That's going to allow us to do all kind of things. And okay, so can I get through this area and dodge the electric eel? Place your bets now, folks. Yes, I can. How about that? There's always the games I play where there's like the one enemy that just has to attack me every time I play it. No matter what, I never get better at it. It's like I might as well just walk up and let him hit me just to get it over with. Okay, so that area we've gone in. So now from there I'm going to proceed over to the right and knock out each area and do a full circle until we've gone to every place. So let's go into this one next. That's the best way, I think, to do this. I mean, if you just kind of go in random ones, you're not going to be able to properly keep up with them. So here we have the Seaweed Sanctum. You want to watch out for these guys because... Oh, look at that. Aha! Yeah, he must have not detected me. Some of these are a little different, as you'll see here. Yeah, like this guy will actually come out. That guy was prepared, he was ready. He knew I was coming and he went out to attack me. The other one, not so much. He did not expect me, but he ended up hurting me anyway, so... Davy Jones holds the key to the lockers. Oh, so he's like the school janitor of this place. You know, the heck with combinations and all that nonsense. So apparently this place is home to many lockers. And we need to find out how to open them. And we can do that if we locate the one and only Davy Jones, so... Okay, let's go up here. I actually don't really remember everything that's in this room, so... I think there's a Jinjo at the very top, but... It's nice and green. Kinda hurts my eyes a little bit. Okay. So how's everyone? We're approaching the end of the summer now. August might as well be the end of the summer. This is around the time where you begin to see all these ads for going back to school, and you just sit there and sigh and cry in your beds, and it's just very depressing. It's the time of year where you have to get school supplies and new clothes. New clothes in the hope that people will accept you and think you're cool because of your outfits. That place, don't want to go quite in there yet. That leads to kind of a later on place that I don't want to go to quite yet. What is this? Is this another red Jinjo? We got a red Jinjo earlier. Can you grab onto that, please? I'm coming. Yeah, there we go. No, wait, that's the orange. Yeah. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but the TV that I use, the colors are kind of different. It has something to do with like the HD or something, so sometimes colors just look completely different. So I think that's about it for here. I'm kind of recalling a move or something, but I guess maybe that's it. There's a sign. Everywhere a sign. Nah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. See you in a second. Okay, so we're done with that. And I guess we can move on to the next one. I could go back and show off Kazooie's new move, but I think I'm going to save that for after I comb through these areas. Okay, so now we have this one. Or, well, look at that. I actually have to use her new move, so looks like we don't have a choice. So, I can finally show off this move. So what you do is you have Banjo and Kazooie on their own. If you press Z, Kazooie will launch out on her own and swim around like a torpedo. You can hold A and go around very quickly, run into targets, run into little Kazooie-based areas, and if you press B, it'll go back and you can do it all over again. And it looks like it requires feathers, but I don't think I've ever had an issue where I couldn't do it because I didn't have enough feathers or anything. But first up, while I remember it, we've had this little guy swimming around with that Jiggy. If we... Oh, pardon you, Quillfish. Jeez. So... Dang it. Let me just use my new torpedo, please. Alright, so we can swim around as Kazooie with the torpedo, and... if we go up to this thing, if you want it, first-person mode's probably a little bit easier, but we can go in, and there we go! There's another Jiggy. That's how we get that. And those little transparent fish, you're going to see those quite a bit. I think pretty much all of them have a little goodie for us, so... And I might be mistaken, but I believe the one that has the Jiggy, I think it's like randomized. I don't think it's always this one. So just keep in mind, the one in here might have something else. But eventually you'll get all the goods, so... So next up, we have this. Yeah, first person's probably just the better way to do this. You don't get to see how cool Kazooie looks, but... yeah, so, all those little faces that have Kazooie's... all those things that have Kazooie's face on it, you can launch Kazooie up like a torpedo, and boom! That'll give us access to all kinds of different areas. Oh, we have Hi! Pirates! I miss those guys. Those guys are tons of fun. I feel bad killing them. They're so polite before they try to kill me. It almost seems just straight up mean. Now, these guys... you at home may remember in Banjo-Kazooie that these guys are nice and just let us kill them and take their honey. But you may remember in Banjo-Kazooie that eventually things aren't as easy. They end up getting bees, and the bees will chase you, and it's a lot more difficult to get the honey later on. You may end up seeing something like that pretty soon. So just remember that. There's a couple things I need to point out. If you look up there... well, first of all, let's freeze this pirate. Sorry, man. Next, as I was saying, you can see a page of the infamous Cheeto right there. Unfortunately, out of our reach. We cannot reach that yet. I have been telling Banjo to stop smoking and eat his vegetables, but he would not listen, and thus we are not tall enough to reach that. And I do not believe you. You are too easy. Yeah. Come on, dude. You really think the Jinjos are going to be that simple at this point? Yeah. Screw you. So, split-up pads. That could be for something. How on earth are we going to get that infamous Cheeto page later on? Well, I'll have to find out a little later. By a little later, I mean 87 videos from now, so... remember that Cheeto page. Alright, so I think that does it for here. Let's head out.